Hello!
Hello!
Welcome to another episode of Spirits on a Rock podcast with me, Vic.
And me, Lolly.
And possibly Anya, the cat.
We both said that together.
And you've got a squeaky chair.
Yes. I will sit still.
No swinging around.
No swinging.
No swinging, wow.
Not like last night when we were on our hammocks.
Yes.
At our hammock class.
She did really well last night. She was right upside down, you were, weren't you?
I was on my side, upside down.
No, you did well.
Down dog.
And your and your shoulder's much better, isn't it?
Yeah,
Makes
much
difference.
better.
Yeah, stretched you out. It's like being on a rack at certain points, isn't
A
it?
little bit stiff today, actually, but yeah, on the whole, it doesn't hurt, so that's
cool.
really good.
Okay, so obviously, just a couple of pointers. We do swear. We say what we think, and we don't really care if anybody likes it or not, to be honest. If you don't like it, move on. If you love it, then great. Stay here and follow us.
If you just like to hear a normal conversation, normal, I say in the loosest sense, the natural conversation is really what the...
Yeah, we record in one take, as you can hear with the squeaky chair. And we don't edit and all that kind of stuff.
No.
So
You take us as you find us.
yeah, we're just here to have a nice chat, basically.
And we thought we'd record them to see if you enjoy a nice chat too.
Because we're usually quite funny, even if we do say ourselves.
We think we are.
Well, we think we are. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know if that's the right thing to think though. If you think you're funny by yourself, then if
no,
you...
but I think you're funny and you think I'm funny, so it's fine.
Yeah, and Anya finds us hilarious.
Oh, of course she does. She's a cat.
So what's today's episode we're going to talk about?
We are going to talk about energy vampires today and sort of high vibrations. And
Yeah,
that
sounds
kind
like
of
a good
thing.
one.
I think we decided that yesterday in the car on the way home.
Yes, we should talk about
Yeah.
it.
We like to have a topic each week to give you our pearls of wisdom on whether they might be pearls or whether they might be lumps of coal. Who bloody
And
knows?
they might not even be wise. More to the point.
Exactly.
I suppose our opinions, our thought processes, that's what we just want to share with you to see if there's any like-minded souls out there.
Yeah.
If we can find our tribe, the rest of it.
Yeah. Come on over. Here we are down in Kent.
Sunny Kent today.
Yeah, it's sunny Kent today. Makes a change, doesn't it? Well, was it last week? It was horrible.
Remember.
But this time last year we were covered in snow, weren't we?
So it's better than that.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Yeah.
Better than that. Anyway, I do like a bit of snow though.
I love a bit of snow.
I do like a bit of
It
snow.
does look pretty.
Yeah.
It's when it goes slushy, I don't like. And then when
No,
it
and then
turns
it looks
to
all
ice.
muddy and horrible. Yeah. Anyway, energy vampires. So we put this down as one of our topics, didn't we? Because we've both come across energy vampires in our lives, and I think we should just explain what an energy vampire is first, really. Because if you've not heard the term before, you're like thinking, "What?
Yes.
Vampires? What are you on about?
Yeah.
You crazy women."
So for me, energy vampire is like you don't even have to have a conversation with someone sometimes.
No.
You can just be in the same room as that person and you feel your whole energy just draining away.
Yeah,
And
they
then-
literally suck the energy out.
It's
of
like a
you.
life. It is like it sucks
Suck
the
the life
life
out of you.
force.
Well, that's why they're
energy
called
out of you.
vampires.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
And then you have them when they talk. It's really hard. You can just feel
Yeah.
your whole vibration. I feel my
Yeah.
whole vibration lowering. One technique I was taught was when you're talking to someone like that, especially if they're in front of you, is to fold your arms across your stomach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it protects you from like having your energy
That's
stolen.
interesting. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to try that out.
Yeah.
Because I have got one in my little circle at the moment. That's
I think everyone's got a...
hoovering away.
Yeah, they call it, don't they? Mood hoovers is another word.
Oh, is
for
it? I've
yeah,
not heard
mood
that.
hoover. Have you not heard of a mood
No, I've
hoover?
not heard of
yeah.
a mood
I don't know
hoover.
if they use Henry or not, but they're a mood
Oh, yeah.
hoover.
Other vacuums are available.
But that to me is more of a when someone's a mood hoover, it kind of hits my head. But when they're an
Yeah.
energy vampire, I don't know if this is right or not. I can only go by myself. I never say what's right and wrong. I only ever talk from my own experience. Is I feel it in my solar plexus. I feel it in my gut.
Yeah, any kind of stomach
And it's almost
area.
like, oh God, you know.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. And I mean, I've met individual people like that who definitely have that effect on me. But I always found that If I was going on the tube and going into the centre of London or somewhere like that, I would literally, when I got home, have to go and stand in the field out the back of my house and just ground, because I was completely drained from all the people that were around me all the time.
Oh, that's interesting. So, like, you could almost feel their negative energy on the train.
Yeah, I guess so. Or just, sometimes it's not even negative. It's just that people, I think as an empath, you pick stuff up really easily, don't you? A bit like a sponge. So it might not even be that. It's just busy, busy energy and busy stuff around you. And it just, I used to literally go and stand in the field behind my house and go...
Did you take your shoes off to ground yourself?
Yeah, because very often it was summer when I was having to commute in, so flip-flops. But yeah, no, I found that helped. But yeah, individual energy vampires as well, really difficult to deal with. I've worked with a few and had them in meetings and stuff, and you can't concentrate, brain fog appears. Yeah. They
do, they just almost like, and I think with it, so I think we all know one or have one in our lives, and I think for me there's a difference between someone going through a bad time, and they need your support, your energy, and I'll happily give that. And there's people that are like constantly like that, and it
wears on you, doesn't it? It's really grating,
and because you try and help them, you give them advice, you try and help them, or you try and interact. If you can interrupt their thought, like if someone's down, you interrupt that thought pattern, and you can change their energy and their mood. But when someone is an energy vampire, it's almost like they don't want to be happy. They don't want you to help them. They're quite happy in their own
little world of doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Having said that, though, I mean, a couple of the energy vampires that I've met actually don't come across as sort of in their world of doom and gloom, and it doesn't matter. You can be having a perfectly nice chat about something else and they still seem to suck all the energy out of you. So they're not always negative people.
No, they're not always negative people.
Yeah.
No, some of them are... I don't know, the ones I've met in my life... Obviously, I can't talk about everyone I've met because I've had a lot of life.
And we best not name no names.
No, I'm not going to name any names at all. Some of them I can't actually remember their names. It's just like situations.
Yeah.
But there have been situations where they almost it's like a victim mentality.
Yes.
They're the ones I seem to meet is that everything's wrong and they can't find something to be happy about. And I don't know. To me, that is still an energy vampire.
Yeah, definitely.
But I've not that I can recall. I don't know what you mean. I have been out and about in general and been in the company of people I've just met and felt quite drained that they're, like...
They're just exhausting people to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes it's people who actually have, I don't know whether they've got a high vibration or whether they're just moving at 1,000 miles a minute. And that can be quite draining, can't it? She says, giving Lolly the evil eye. Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah, I can imagine I am quite draining sometimes.
No, you're not, though. You're not with, like, when you're being... Not in an energy vampire way. Like, when you're in question mode and you've had caffeine and sugar, then, yeah, you're a fucking nightmare. She's like a small little yappy dog. With all her millions of questions.
And that's what I mean. I think that I do. I know that myself.
But you don't. There's not an energy sucky bit as well.
I just have to ask a million questions.
Yeah, it's just like my sister. My sister's exactly the same.
Why?
But why?
So yeah. There's different. I suppose getting back onto energy vampires. There's different forms that they appear as different forms, don't they?
Yeah, I guess so. You get the more positive ones and the more negative ones, I suppose. But yeah, so what do you do? Like, it's really hard, isn't it? I mean, I had quite a good friend and I ended up having to cut her out because I couldn't deal with it. She literally drained me, like 100%, and I couldn't function, couldn't work properly, because I was always trying to help her out. And it was just too much of myself to give. Like, I couldn't function. So, it's sad, but, it had to be done, unfortunately. Because I just couldn't deal with it.
I think, like, the number one thing to do is, like... And again, I think it does cross over from from help, doesn't it? But it's still, you need your boundaries. It's about having boundaries, isn't it? And if you've got to cut people out of your life, and you've tried, especially if they are like a person that has, you know, got things going on and that, and I'm not talking about your daily, I'm not talking about the occasional thing that goes wrong in everyone's life.
No,
you
like,
someone to talk to. But you've got to make a decision, actually, are they worth investing any more time in? Because I couldn't be friends with someone that was 24... I couldn't be around someone that was 24/7 like that.
Yeah.
I don't think many people could.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a bad thing to do, is to cut someone out. I think you've got to protect your
well, at some point
energy.
you've got to look after yourself, haven't
Yeah.
you? Yeah. And it's sad, and I would like to still be in contact with her now, but...
Is it, what was it they say? There's a saying. If you're a giver, you've got to know when to stop, because a taker never does.
Yes, that's very true. That's very true. And when it started, when it started impacting my business, that's when I was like, right, I need to break away from this person.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah. You know, because it was already affecting my personal life and all that kind of stuff. But when it starts to affect your business, I was like, wow, that's a bit of a wake up call.
Yeah, but it should stop really as soon as it starts affecting you as a person without other.
Okay, so let's go down the route then. So we've found an energy vampire. We've protected ourselves as best we can with crossing our arms and...
Put yourself in a bubble.
Yeah, keeping away from...
Wearing tourmaline.
Wearing tourmaline, black tourmaline, very nice. And then when maybe you've got to go and talk to that person. Maybe it's not an option. You have to deal with them. So they might be a work person. So then once you've come out of that, you want to raise your vibration, basically, don't you?
Yeah. Definitely.
So, how do we raise our vibration? Ways of raising our vibration.
Well, do you know what? Music helps to raise your vibration.
Definitely. Happy music. Yeah.
Dance is huge for raising your vibration.
Yeah.
Even if you just stood there and did a little jig. And if you was in like work and you're in an office, go to the toilet, do a little happy dance, do a jig.
Do a little happy dance. Or do it around the water cooler. Yeah. Share it with everyone.
But I was going to say a glass of water is good to raise your vibration. Just going outside in the fresh air.
Outside does it for me. Yeah. If I go and stand outside, I was working the other day and I'd got loads of work on and I had 10 minutes before a call that I knew I was going to be on for about 2 hours, and the sun was out and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to go and stand in the garden and just stand there, and I literally just stood there for 10 minutes soaking up the sun.
Yeah, that's a good one. And even if it's raining out, rain's good because it's water, isn't it? It's water.
We are like, what, 90% water or something?
Yeah. Obviously, I think we are, aren't we? Because we're like...
I don't know, there's some
cucumbers,
percentage.
Yeah, they say we're basically a cucumber with... Like, you know...
Cucumber with meat soup.
Yeah. We're a cucumber with emotions, I think I've heard the saying. It's basically a cucumber
cool
with
as a cucumber. Yeah, so I think whatever works for you, isn't it, really? To kind of decompress and raise your energy. So standing outside with your feet in the mud.
Grounding yourself.
Yeah. No shoes and socks on, that's always good.
I find that more if you've been in an angry, you've had like...
High emotion.
Yeah, high emotion. Yeah. Go and do that then. Stand in the rain then. Running water's good for that, I think.
Yeah.
Also, if that person has left the area and it's your house or whatever, clap.
Yeah.
Anything to get rid of stagnant... It's almost like clearing out the stagnant energy.
And then, like, if you want to go witchy-woo, there's sage and Palo Santo as well, which is always good. Yeah.
Candles are good.
Yeah, light a candle, yeah.
I mean, I know you can't do these at work, but it's about, after do the thing once you can do at work. You can go and find somewhere to have a little. And there are some
essential oils that you could literally keep in a desk drawer if you find the ones that work for you, and just dab a bit of essential oil on a tissue or on your
citrus
wrist.
Any citrus? The ones
yes,
are good,
the citrus are the happy ones. That's right. Yeah, the orange.
If I remember correctly,
you are correct.
I dabbled a little bit in those. I don't know. I do know bits of it.
Yeah. I know quite a lot if I start thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's filed away somewhere in the brain. One of them miscellaneous files.
Your Megatron brain.
Yeah, so I think it's really important, isn't it, to go and raise that vibration after you've... Yeah. Well, even if you've not been around an energy vampire, even if you've just been a bit, for whatever reason, you need to raise your vibration.
Well, I know that when I wasn't in the right place a few weeks ago, that... I almost felt it in my room, so I opened the windows. I didn't light incense, because of health, for your chest, and I wouldn't do it in a rented accommodation.
I'm asthmatic.
But I did what I could, so I clapped. I got my rain dance stick, I call it.
Yay!
And I like shook that around. I did have Tibetan singing bells. They're really good for clearing any stagnant energy.
Yeah, and singing bowl as well. I've
Yeah,
got singing bowls.